Jumbo, I hope you're doing well. I don't know if you're ready for this conversation, but it will be a tough one. It will need you and analyze yourself to do self analysis and think. But importantly, I want you to be honest with yourself. So, the genesis of this conversation arose from recently when I had a capacity building for some institution. And I was asking those people about their 2025 resolutions. And I want to take this question back to you. How many of those 2025 resolutions have actually been achieved? How many of them have been ticked off your packet? And most importantly, how many of those resolutions are actually still in their wish form? Reminding me of my class 8 when my very good class teacher, that is Mr. Philemon Kangogo, said, if all wishes were horses, all men would ride. So the question to you is, how many of your projects have you actually started? This is quarter 3 of 2025. If you made some resolutions, and I want you to be honest, and if possible, maybe you can share the same in comment section, is, do you have some of those projects you have never actually started? And now the question is, why have you not started? And this is the topic of this conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, why do you think we don't start? What is keeping us from working on those projects? What is keeping us inactive? But before we do that, let me remind you something. In case you are joining us for the first time, thank you so much. Kindly be part of our community. If you are watching us in another social media, my YouTube page is Toroitich Patrick Yegon. I invite you there, be a subscriber, and more so be an ambassador. Share what we have there to other people. If you've been part of the community, ensure to continue the growth, continue sharing to your people, continue commenting, continue leaving a like. And so let's sit down and have a discussion. So tell me, why have you not started that job? Why have you not started writing that book? Why have you not worked on that chicken project? Why have you not started that house? Or what other project are you working on but you have not started? So I have some of the reasons I'll point out to you. I want you to tell me which of these reasons you identify with and what are some of the solutions in case you are able to go beyond these problems and provided a solution. What were the things you adopted so that other people can also gain something from you and be able to tell us what they need to do? And in case you are here up to this moment, I want to know where you are watching us from. It's good so that you can be able to see our reach. So number one, let me attack you directly. You are a lazy person. Yes, you are a lazy person. Are you? Yes, you don't want to roll your sleeves. We said dreaming is good, but dreaming without acting, that is where you want to draw the line. My friend, even the Bible says faith without action is dead on arrival. So, my guy, wake up. In my book, Inside the Quadrant, the second force of your success is what is called the effort. Many of us do not want to invest the effort. So you have planned, you have made your decisions, you have made your planning, you have made the compass, you have the vision, but you don't want to take the first step just because you are lazy. Stop being lazy. Act now. And you can start small, but ensure you are building momentum. One thing I'll tell you is one action begets the other action. That means it's only by starting the first step that is when you can make the second step. I always tell my authors when they come around that the easiest way to start writing a book is actually doing the first sentence. Do you know why? When you do the first sentence, that's actually when you are going to have the flow to the next sentence, and the second sentence will form a paragraph. For those of us who have read The Grit to the Road, you will understand something which I shared. You might decide to read or up to even PhD level on how to ride a bicycle. But if you don't actually start cycling one, my friend, you will never know. So growth starts when you take that first step. The second reason why you have not started is what is called analysis paralysis. What is analysis paralysis? So inside my the quadrant, I also talked about decision making. Some of us take a lot of time before they make a step. Do you know why? Because you want to make it perfect. Your issue is you want to be perfect before you start. But I'll assure you one thing, there is never a perfect scenario. And funny enough, it is easy for you to improve something you have rather than something which is still in your head. So, my guy, stop over analyzing, stop over simulating. You are seeing scenario A up to scenario Z. That is analysis paralysis. And very many people have stopped there because they overanalyze, they over imagine situations. I'm not telling you to be a foolish person, that you are not strategizing and thinking, but I'm telling you, stop making hillocks, making hills out of an anthill. Clarity sometimes comes by action. So stop overthinking and start making clarity through action. The third reason you have not started is fear. And I want us to break this fear into three. Number one, fear of what will people say. Hey, hey, what will they say? What will they look at me like? What will be their judgment? My friend, do you know people are very busy in this world that sometimes they don't even recognize you are alive? Do not wait for approval by everyone before you start your project. Before you get approval from everyone, I don't know how far you'll have worked in this world. You will never, rest assured. And actually, in my book that is 366 What to Build On, you realize something I shared there, that those people who discourage you initially, when you gain the momentum and you are successful, they'll actually tell you, hey, we saw you, you had a very good idea. But when you are starting out, they don't support that idea. So do not wait for approval by people and stop fearing what people say. No one will speak about that project. And even if they do, will they affect anyone? No. So stop waiting for approval from people. Number two, you fear success. That's weird. But do you know people fear success? Why do we fear success? We fear the commitment which comes from being successful. Because when you are successful, it means you have been pushed to the next level of life. And that is where you need to stay consistently. So we said effort can take you up, but it's only character which will keep you at the top. And most people do not want to go there because they fear the impact of staying at the top. So sometimes you fear the commitment, you fear what that effort will take you to the next level, and that you may fail to sustain it. And that is why you don't want to start that particular project. And finally, the fear of failure. Now, this is common. You have seen, if I start this and I fail, what will happen to me? So, my guy, stop. Failure is actually part of the process. If you're not failing, it means you are not moving out from your comfort zone. That is a challenge I want you to put into yourself. Today, choose. Learn to adapt failure as the planning process. What you do is, just as I talked about risk, it is certain that life is uncertain. So just see how you can mitigate the process by getting systems which can help you to change, it can help you to manage the process, so that in case you have a failure in the process, it should be mitigated so that it doesn't affect most of the processes. But remember, nothing is a straight line in life. So out of the issues we have shared, which ones do you think affect you? If you have been following this video up to this point, it means you are committed to starting over. So that is a call to action today. I want you to start that project today, not tomorrow, as soon as possible, because it's still possible to take it to the end. Be a finisher. Do not just start. Do not just start and give up. Do not just plan without starting, but ensure you take it to the end. Thank you so much for joining me for this conversation. Until next time, take care of yourself.